As the sea mist shrouded the fading coastline of Ireland, a feeling of loneliness must have swept over the 8 Sisters of Mercy who had volunteered for the Australian mission. They all knew that they would not see their homeland or families again, but there was also a feeling of excitement and anticipation. It was 1872, and in March of that year the sisters read an advertisement in the Warrnambool Examiner advertising the sale of Whiten House. The sisters, led by Sister Philomene, wasted no time in making a purchase and announcing that they were to open a day and a boarding school for young ladies at the Convent of Mercy, Whiten, Warrnambool, the school that was to become St Anne's College. In 1902, Brother Egan arrived in Warrnambool after being instructed 3 days previously to establish a brothers' community and a school in the town. In 1911, the school moved to the Canterbury Road site and became known as the Christian Brothers College. These 2 schools amalgamated in 1991 and became Emmanuel College, the school that welcomes you today. While Emmanuel College is constantly looking to the future, we also build on the past. In a society where change is fast, a steady constant at Emmanuel is our emphasis on the traditions of the school's founders. The mercy tradition of extending loving kindness to others is complemented by our respect for the spirit of the Christian Brothers founder, Edmund Rice, and his dedication to empowering the poor and recognising the needs of youth. Our past students, our alumni, are the foundation stones of the successes that were to follow them. Those who came after them owe them so much. Today we recognise some of those alumni as we put them before our present and future students as examples of those who have excelled in their chosen careers and made outstanding contributions to their community. Dr. Rosalie Boyce is internationally recognised for her expertise on the management and organisation of the allied health professions. She's the author of over 100 papers in academic books, journals and conferences. For 2 decades, she's researched how these professions are reshaping themselves in the face of significant health workforce reform. Rosalie has 5 university degrees and a doctorate and has been awarded over $2 million in competitive research grants. A Fellow of the Australian College of Health Services Executives, Rosalie has also served several terms in senior executive roles in the industrial relations arena. Michelle Ferris was the sensation of the Australian cycling team at 1996 Atlanta Games and the 2000 Sydney Olympics. In addition to her stunning silver medal at the 1996 Olympics, Michelle also won medals at 2 Junior World Championships. Silver at the 1994 Commonwealth Games and bronze in both the 500 metre time trial at the 95 and 96 Senior World Championships. More medals followed at the 97, 98 and 99 World titles. Michelle's second consecutive silver medal at the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games confirmed her as one of Australia's premier cyclists and Olympians. Lisa Gorman studied nursing after leaving school but always had a dream to pursue a career in fashion. Lisa had no formal training in design, but she knew she had a passion for fashion, talent and a great work ethic. Lisa's dream became a reality, and she's now the director of Gorman Industries, an award-winning retail and wholesale business. She's opened several retail outlets in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, and her designs are sold in boutiques around the world. Lisa's garments have gained a cult following. Along with the Gorman label, Lisa also launched the Gorman Organic Basics range, made from fibres that are certified as organically produced. Gorman Industries was one of the first in the fashion industry to take steps towards becoming carbon neutral. Shane Howard is a multiple ARIA award-winning musician. He's recognised as one of Australia's best songwriters and is widely known in Australia and overseas. In 1982, Shane's anthem Solid Rock from the album Spirit of Place, recorded with his legendary band Goanna, reverberated across the airwaves, and it still does today. It was one of the first songs to broach the subject of Aboriginal rights in Australia and impacted powerfully on a whole new generation of writers and musicians that followed. The album was released in 35 territories worldwide. Shane was awarded a fellowship by the Music Fund of the Australia Council in acknowledgement of his contribution to Australian musical life. A prolific songwriter, Shane and his songs champion the cause of the underdog and provide meaningful insights into the human spirit and interpret the Australian landscape in a way that has helped to build a bridge between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal peoples. His songs also pay homage to the culture of his Irish ancestors. Shane has been a great contributor to various social justice causes and in environmental issues such as the campaign to preserve the Franklin River. He combines a deep understanding of poetic and musical folk traditions and captures something essential of the spirit of Australia in words and music. In 1971, education was the furthest thing from Frank O'Shea's mind as he began work on his family farm and around Warrnambool as an apprentice plumber. What was always on his mind was his relationship with God and the positive role modelling he witnessed by the Christian brothers at CBC Warrnambool. In 1972, Frank travelled to Melbourne to enter the Christian Brothers and a life that would take him around the world, changing people's minds and hearts. The Christian Brothers encouraged Frank to complete a diploma of teaching. It was during his time teaching at Parade College in Bundoora and studying BSc in Human Movement that Frank and brother Tim Bilston instigated the Edmund Rice Camps. These camps provide an opportunity for children from disadvantaged backgrounds to experience positive role modelling and a break from difficult life, and began operating throughout Australia, as well as Europe, New Zealand and Africa. For 10 years, Frank worked with the people of Tonga to provide education and life opportunities. While he was there, he represented Tonga in the South Pacific Games in cricket and was a national coach of the rowing team. Frank then travelled to Ireland, where he took a year of study before being principal of a small school in a village in Tanzania. For 13 years, Frank and the brothers who journeyed with him built a rudimentary secondary school of 350 students to a campus of 1,200 students, providing quality education, accommodation and opportunities for students around the village and around Tanzania. Frank's real passion was in humanising what was really a brutal and often very discriminating education system that prided itself on high standards at the expense of huge failure rates. Frank challenged educational practices, introduced practical electives, implemented sustainable schooling and provided opportunities for international volunteers and schools to journey with students and families as they were removed from the shackles of poverty. During this time, Frank became a dual international cricket player when he represented Tanzania in the African Cricket Tournament in 1998. In 2008, Frank completed his Masters in Educational Leadership and continued to challenge the Edmund Rice Network with his thought-provoking reflections on life and God, while working with a team of brothers in Sudan, liaising with the local community to discern the needs of that community. Frank committed to living the life of Edmund Rice and providing quality education and opportunities for young people in need. After completing his secondary education at CBC, Kevin William Ryan entered the Order of the Christian Brothers, where he stayed until he was 23. During that time, he completed a Bachelor of Arts and enjoyed studying Latin and Greek. He later completed a law degree and lectured at the University of Queensland. After obtaining a scholarship from Cambridge University, he was awarded a Doctorate of Philosophy in the comparative law of trust between England and that of France, Italy, Germany and Russia. His research was done in the original texts of these countries. After 2 years in England, Kevin returned to the University of Queensland and was made a Queen's Counsel and became a member of the Academy of Social Sciences, a rare distinction for an academic lawyer. In 1964, Kevin became Australian Trade Commission and Commercial Counsellor in Rome. His work was mainly with the United Nations, and after 2 years he was posted to Geneva. Returning to the University of Queensland as Dean of the Law School, he had several books published and also became involved with two government bodies known as the Work Discrimination Committee and the Migrants Commission, and received the Commander of the British Empire for his work with migrants. He was also appointed a Judge of the Supreme Court of Queensland. Some other involvements were as Chairman of the Mater Hospitals Board, Chairman of the Archbishop's Finance Board and the Archbishop's Ethics Committee, and as Vice Patron of Guide Dogs for the Blind. In 2009, the year in which the Emmanuel College student leaders chose We Inspire Involvement as the theme for our college, We thank our inspiring alumni for their contribution to our college community and for the ongoing inspiration they have provided for our present and future students.